Oh. Get somewhat comfortable here. It's getting kind of hard to be comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sitting in baby boy's room and thought I would kind of walk you through what I have here. This is everything that I have ready for postpartum and breastfeeding. Thought it'd be good to just go through and share what I have, what I'm going to be using as a second-time mom, and this whole setup that I have here that I'm sure you've seen others use online before. I'm giving it a go for baby number 2. So I'm currently 33 weeks pregnant, so I still have some time yet. So I may add a few things here. I may take some stuff away. I do still have to get diapers for the newborn stage, so those aren't in here, but we'll kind of talk about that. Also, I'm filming this around Christmas, which is why I have this wonderful red shirt on. This is a very warm thermal. It fits, so that's all that matters to me. I don't know when this video is going to go up. I'm pre-filming kind of a lot of stuff so I can be prepared for whenever baby makes his arrival. So like I said, this is baby number 2 for me, so I'm a second-time mom, so I kind of have an idea of everything that I want for postpartum, for breastfeeding. I have preferences. There's things that I learned the first time that I am going into this with a lot more knowledge. I'm also gonna go through and share some stuff that I'm using for myself for postpartum care, but also for just health and wellness. I learned the first time that when you're breastfeeding and you get a cold or you get sick, you basically can't take anything. A lot of stuff impacts your milk supply, so I'm gonna go ahead and share with you what I'm planning to use and take when I do get a cold, because it's gonna happen. I have a toddler in daycare. It's gonna happen. So I decided to go with a 3-tier rolling cart for breastfeeding and kind of like a caddy to have around the house. I've seen this used before, and we actually did have one with our first, but we used it for extra storage because the house we were in at the time was really small. We needed more room. So this is actually meant to go around the first floor here of our house so that I can easily move something to the living room if I need to. If I like need to pump in the middle of the night and I can't do it in here because maybe my husband is holding the baby or something like that, I can move it to another part of the house. This is pretty common to see moms doing. I think it's a really smart idea, and I'm really excited to use it this time around. When he's a year or something, I can repurpose the cart to do something else, like a arts and crafts cart or something. Okay, so the first part of the cart is the top part. It is for breastfeeding. So I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see. I tried to get it all into the shot, but over here I actually have my pump, which is going to be very important, I would imagine. So I exclusively pumped with my first, and I don't know what I'm gonna do this time around. I don't know if I'm going to nurse with baby on the breast or if I'm going to exclusively pump or do a combination of both. I haven't decided, but I did decide to go with the Spectra S1, which is an upgrade. I do get the Spectra S2 through my insurance for free, like it's covered fully, but I paid an extra $70 for this one, which is rechargeable, so you can unplug it, walk around the house with it, which I think will be really helpful. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I used the Spectra S2 during my first breastfeeding journey along with another pump that I have. It's actually packed away in another bag. I don't have it in here, but I really enjoyed my Spectra, so I just decided to go with this one. Totally worth paying the extra $70 through your insurance or so. I don't want to like say it's $70 for everybody, but shop around. My insurance had like several websites that I could go through to get a breast pump, so make sure you look into the different ones that are available because the price of an upgrade to the S1 varied on all of the websites that I looked at through my insurance. So just a little tip there. Also, it's not fully put together. I have sanitized everything, but I just kind of have it sitting here. Back here I actually have a table. You can't see it, but that's where I'll put the pump. Like, I'm planning to sit here and pump just like I did with my first, so that's kind of the plan. I just thought I'd put it in the cart for the video. So over here is the rest of my breastfeeding stuff. So I have a combination of like the Haakaa, a manual pump. We'll go through this bag. I've got some nursing pads as well. So in this little basket here, I have the flanges for the pump. These are just the standard size that came with the pump. We'll see if I need to be resized once I do start breastfeeding. I have the tubing for the pump as well, which I will get backups. Always get backups of everything because you never know when something is going to break, and you don't want it to break in the middle of the night when you can't go to the store and get other items to put on it. I have a Haakaa here, which I did use with my first when I was trying to nurse her for the first couple weeks. So I will use this as well. And pro tip, put this in a coffee mug or something when it has milk in it. I know it has like this suction bottom, but I always put it into a cup so that you don't knock it over accidentally. I have 2 open cups here just because if you're trying to get baby to latch, you want to avoid using the bottle if you can. So it's better to use an open cup to feed colostrum or expressed milk while still trying to establish breastfeeding. And then in here is the rest of this stuff, and the reason that it's packed in here is because this is what I'm actually going to bring to the hospital, which seems excessive. I'm going to do a what's in my birth bag and I'll talk about why I'm bringing it, but I do already have it packed in here, so we'll quickly go through it. I've got some collection bottles from Medela that I'm going to be bringing, and then I also have an open cup in here just in case. My hands-free pumping bra, which will be very essential to have in this cart. It's going to live in here. And then I have my manual pump as well. This is the Medela, I think it's the Medela Harmony is what it is, but pretty standard. Almost everybody knows what this is. I'm gonna have this in here to bring to the hospital, so I'm gonna put all that back in. The final item that I have in the first tier of the cart are nursing pads. These are reusable ones, so I have them in a wet bag because I will just leave them in like the basket here and use them as I need to, and then as they need to be washed, I put them in the wet bag and then throw the wet bag into the laundry, and it's good to go. Makes it really easy. I also have some disposable nursing pads that my friend gave to me that I'm going to use, but I have those from my first time breastfeeding. Super helpful because you do leak for the first 12-ish weeks while you're establishing breastfeeding before your milk regulates. So definitely get yourself some reusable nursing pads for those first couple months. Down here on the second tier, which I know you can't see it, is going to be kind of baby's shelf. So I'm going to put some diapers down here. We are going to do cloth diapers as much as we can. For baby number 2, we did cloth diapers for our first, so we're going to do the same for him. We do use disposable newborn diapers until baby fits into the cloth. So that's why I'll put some diapers in here when I get them. I also have a changing pad down here and a little travel wipes case, so I'll fill that with wipes just in case I'm like out in the living room, then I can like change baby there, or I can walk them back to the room here. I don't see that being a big deal. I also have some burp cloths in here and a bib just so that they are handy. I imagine that I'm going to be here breastfeeding quite a bit, so having a few extras in here just in case for the middle of the night if I need a new one, like if he spits up, then I already have them here. I don't have to worry about going to get them across the room. A couple of other items that I have for postpartum and breastfeeding. Like I said, I have a table back here that I'll put the pump on, but I do have like a water bottle back here that I'll keep handy, and I'll also put probably some chapstick in this cart. I'm waiting for it to come from Amazon. It was like back ordered, so I'll probably throw a chapstick in here. And then I also have this lamp, which I know doesn't seem very exciting, but this lamp comes with an extra outlet, so I can actually like charge my phone if I'm like watching, like when I was exclusively pumping with my first, I would like watch movies in the middle of the night while I was pumping. So that's really nice to have a charger here. I do have to be a little bit careful just because I do have a toddler, so I think I might put like an outlet cover in it just so like she's not playing around with it. So that's really everything that I have for breastfeeding and for baby. So let's talk a little bit about postpartum care for myself and, like I said, vitamins and wellness items that I'm going to be using. So let's talk about immediate postpartum care. So after you have a baby, you do bleed for a couple of weeks. It just kind of depends on your body and you know, how long your body needs to heal itself. So I went with the Real Organic, I think it's pronounced Real, the Real Organic cotton cover period underwear. These are advertised as used for postpartum or incontinence or for period wear, and I decided to go with these because these are a little bit more of a cleaner brand. I know that there's tons of options on the market. I think I used the Always ones last time. The Always ones were really nice, so hopefully these are just as good, but I've seen good reviews on these, so they're like unscented. I think it's like organic cotton and like all that good stuff that you want when you're putting this on your body. I know the hospital sends you home with stuff, but I used the, like I said, the Always ones last time, and I wore those pretty much exclusively. I had a C-section, which I don't know what kind of birth I'm going to have this time because currently he's breech, so I need to wait and see. So I don't actually have any like other postpartum care items in here because I haven't purchased them, because if I do end up in a scheduled C-section, I don't need anything to care for myself if I were to have a vaginal delivery. So like I do have all those things like on my Amazon list, like tucks, pads, and like a perineal bottle, and like all that stuff that you would expect to use with a vaginal delivery. I have them on my list, but I'm not even going to purchase them until I'm probably like 37 or 38 weeks because I just don't know what's going to happen. So that's the only immediate postpartum care item that I have to share, but I will update you in vlogs, I'm sure, depending on what kind of birth I have, what else I may get, depending on if I have a vaginal delivery or a C-section. So the rest of the items I have in this little basket, and I don't think I'm going to keep them in this cart. I just put them in here for the video. So this is all the stuff that I'm going to be using for like health, wellness, vitamins, supplements, all that stuff. And I've been doing a lot of research to find out what I'm comfortable with taking in terms of like homeopathic remedies this time around. So definitely do your own research. I'm not trying to give any type of advice here. This is just what I'm going to be using. Let's start with just your basics. So vitamins. I'm going to continue taking my prenatal vitamin. I've been taking a prenatal since I was, longer than I've had a child, so I'm gonna keep taking that. I also have some vitamin D here because I'm gonna be breastfeeding. Baby or I should be getting vitamin D, so I choose to take the extra vitamin D. It's a lot easier to remember for me to take it than to give it to baby. So I'm gonna take 6,000 units, which seems like a lot, but that's what the doctor recommends. I have here some vitamin C. I know that there's like mixed information out there about whether that actually helps your immunity or not. I'm just gonna go with it because I'm gonna take anything that I can get to avoid getting sick. And then I also have here sunflower lecithin. So this is really good if you're breastfeeding. It helps to almost like thin the milk. It's good for if you get clogs or you're prone to mastitis. So I took this my entire breastfeeding journey last time, so already purchased it, have it here, it's ready to go. I have some, it's basically Emergency, but it's called Ener-C, and it's just a sugar-free like vitamin mix that you would get like from the drugstore. I have two flavors. I have this berry one and I have orange, and I do really like it. I've been taking them as I need to, like as we've had colds in the house. So in terms of cough drops, because if you didn't know, a lot of cough drops have like menthol in them that can actually impact your milk supply. So it's really not many options out there in terms of cough drops that you can have while you're breastfeeding. There's a lot that have like honey in them. I tried one that I don't like it, so I'm not going to be using it, but I did find these ones recently. So this is the Zand Naturals Elderberry and Vitamin C lozenges. I got these at a health food store quite a bit away from me. It was up in the cities, but you can get these on Amazon as well. I'm gonna try these out. I'll have to report back and let you know if I like them, but this has stuff that I'm comfortable taking while breastfeeding. We'll see how they are. I haven't opened them yet just because I'm gonna save them for when I am breastfeeding. So again, I'll report back on that, but I'm feeling good about that. I feel like that'll be a good option. I also have here Elderberry like cold and flu relief tablets. I've never taken these before. This is from the brand, I think it's Sambucol. It's pretty popular for elderberry products. I have something like this for my daughter as well. I started giving that to her this season, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these. I took elderberry the last time I was breastfeeding, and I'm comfortable taking it while breastfeeding, so I have that in here. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. And then I have one other item that's coming in the mail. Like I said, I am just willing to try anything this time around because breastfeeding colds are the worst. They are very hard to get through, and I can't remember the name of it. It's a really popular homeopathic one. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it, but I have that coming in the mail as well. So that'll be like my final item for my little arsenal here. That's everything that I wanted to share for my postpartum and breastfeeding essentials. So like I said, I'll have to report back and let you know how some of these things worked out. I have an idea that I'm gonna like a lot of these. A lot of these I've used before, some of them are new, so I'll definitely keep you updated. I'll link everything that I can find down below, including the cart. I got it on Amazon. You can get them like secondhand on Facebook a lot. I just couldn't find one in my area, so please keep that in mind. Buy stuff secondhand if you can. Obviously a lot of this stuff you probably shouldn't, like breastfeeding stuff and medicine, but the cart, the baskets, get as much stuff as you can to organize yourself secondhand. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a really good day and a good week when you see this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.